Kyle Shanahan against his former boss, Dan Quinn. Now, we don't really think much of Dan Quinn because he wasn't great in Atlanta. And we were always like, well, that was Kyle's team essentially. But they know each other very well, put it that way. Know each other very well. And they faced each other 2 years ago when the Niners were better than this year, when they were 2019 on the way to being 15-3 and faced Dan Quinn at home at Levi Stadium and lost. Dan Quinn really shut down Mostert, did a really good job against the Niners run game, found a way to win. What do you expect from this chess match as a coach yourself?
It's a tough one. I think Dan Quinn has done a really good job with that Cowboys defense. So you got to give him credit there. So he's you can criticize him all you want as a head coach, but as a defense coordinator, he knows his stuff. So it's when two coaches know each other, it can be it's a difficult one for both sides, and sometimes you can get one over as one over your friend if you do something that's unexpected, because they know you so well. They know your favorite plays. I don't know. Right. I don't know how it is necessarily on the pro or even on the college level, but like on the high school level, like I get involved in a lot of offensive meetings too. So I know their concepts. I know what they want to do. I know what their favorite plays are in critical situations. And I'm sure some of that, albeit they're in different meetings and such, that has to seep over from offense, defense, in the professional level. So,
and it's not like Kyle was the OC and Dan Quinn was the DC. Like Kyle reported to Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
Everything Kyle did went through Dan Quinn. So they have a very good sense of each other's tendencies. And to me, really quick, like what's interesting about this is Kyle has a tendency to overthink things when he's off. And Kyle, going up against a guy who he knows his stuff, he could be like, well, I normally do X in this situation and it works. But Dan Quinn knows I'm going to do X, so I got to do Y. And everyone in the huddle is like, "What? We don't ever run this in this situation." All of a sudden, you've sort of taken yourself out of your own game, overthought things, and Dan Quinn was just sort of standing there like, "What are you going to do?" That kind of stuff.
That's interesting because it's one of the things that Saban said about Belichick is that he overanalyzes things way too much, and they're really good friends.
Yes.
So, and this was years ago, and when he said that. So I think that dynamic of Kyle reporting to Quinn probably, Quinn probably knows a little bit more about Kyle than vice versa, especially because
I think we saw that 2 years ago when they I'm just saying,
especially because things since Quinn was the head coach, things are going to have to be run through him before Kyle's going to have to tell him, hey, this is my game plan. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do in these situations. So,
yes.
Right. Quinn doesn't have to tell Kyle, hey, Kyle,
no
situations, this is what I want to do. So Dan probably has a little bit of an edge with the inside information.
Although we don't know for sure. And I think it'll be interesting. It's just, I like watching the coaching chess match. And this is a big one. Who is going to blink? Who's going to overthink it because they're afraid the other person knows what they're going to do. Because you don't want to start doing all kind of stuff you've never done before just because, that guy's standing there. It's like if you're, a chess player and you're going up against some chess master who you've been practicing against, for years, and it's time to finally take him down in the tournament. And all of a sudden you start doing a bunch of erratic things because you're afraid he knows what you're going to do. Like you can't win doing stuff you've never done. You got to do the stuff you do and live with the results.
Yeah, Walsh actually talked about that, and when asked about how you what's your philosophy in the playoffs? Like you start bringing out all these new things, start to trick teams, and he was like, no, you do what got you there. There's a reason why you're in the playoffs, and you do what got you there, right? And you might want to build off of some of that stuff, like maybe if you're an outside zone team, maybe you want to throw in a couple of wrinkles.
Yeah, wrinkles are good. I like a wrinkle, but you can't just throw out your entire winning formula because you're afraid he's in your because that dude's in your head essentially.
Right.
Who's going to be in whose head?
You don't want to be like, oh well, I know he knows I'm going to run the ball, so I'm going to come out 5
play that
wide.
game with
We're going to
yourself.
sling it. We're going to sling it
Don't play
around.
that game
I'm
with
gonna
yourself.
get it.
You'll lose. Yeah, you will overthink it.